All right, all right. Time for a little late night streaming with my boy Santo, aka Just Luis. Go follow him on all major platforms. We are here as we just said on. Gee, I just heard myself. Sorry, Tom. I'm doing the thing. But we are here to talk about one thing and one thing only. Off a conversation that you, myself, and Hellfire were having about the unfortunate situation surrounding the lawsuit and all that, and then kind of threw a little bonus question in there. But we ended up talking about Money in the Bank, and I have been very vocal about what WWE should do with Money in the Bank behind the scenes. But we should probably talk about what Money in the Bank is actually. So, Santo, would you do the honors, please?
Money in the Bank is a gimmick where a wrestler climbs up a ladder, wins a contract that can be cashed in at any time for any title of his or her choosing. That is the gimmick of the Money in the Bank. It is very important, but lately it's been on Fraud Watch. So we
Just,
are here to
mhm.
discuss, to debate, talk, to hopefully find a way that we can make this beloved aspect of WWE return to its former glory.
Mm. Now, Santo's being nice. Let's be 100% honest. Okay. The last time Money in the Bank legitimately created what felt like a credible, in my opinion, champion, at least for the men's side. I did not see when EO Sky cashed in, and this is where I'm going to rely on your expertise. I don't know a lot about EO Sky, but obviously with Bailey winning the um the Royal Rumble and choosing her fully imploding damage control, she, she's the champion. So I presume Bailey's gonna win that match at WrestleMania. But the last time the Money in the Bank felt credible to me, Jesus, when Seth Rollins had it.
That would be, in my opinion, the same.
When
Yes.
was that? 2014?
That was,
2015?
yeah, it was in the teens. I don't have it off the top of my head, but yeah,
That's crazy. That's damn near 6 years ago. Like,
that
so.
was
Mhm.
WrestleMania 31.
By the way, the greatest ass pull by WWE to save themselves from. They really ruined. They really tried their hardest to ruin Roman, and he found
I
a way to persevere.
I think they've been looking to save Roman because I would say John Cena said it best. You are a John Cena corporate bootleg.
He cooked
And
him in that promo.
oh, just
They
utterly
did him dirty in
destroyed him.
that promo. John Cena was like, "I'm gonna need you to figure this out." When he said, "Hey, this is a promo. I'm gonna need you to figure it out," I was like, "John, relax. Let my
It was
boy."
bad. It was to the point that even I think it was 2015, Roman wins. The Rock lifts his hand in Philly and they boo. They boo both of them. They've
Mhm.
been trying to get Roman over any which way. And the best way they did it, Paul Heyman got the mic and Roman, you shut up and you just look strong.
And then when Roman finally did talk again, whatever he did in that break during the pandemic, man, he clearly worked on his game and he came back and
Oh yeah.
he was everything we wanted Roman to be in terms of um kicking ass, taking names, and he was finally like the heel. It's crazy because we're never gonna
Mhm.
get to see a heel John Cena,
Oh, I
which would
wanted it so
still I
bad.
still think would be crazy if we did.
I I wanted it so bad.
Like I still think it'd be one of the great. Like maybe you just say he's full Hollywood, and I understand that it will be hard to kind of buy in the beginning, but just especially because he's such a good guy off the thing. But I'm telling you, I think heel John Cena could be like, ooh.
I think he could have, but I don't think he can't anymore. I think he's too pretty in the face, like to be that heel. Like I won't believe him. I
Mm.
just at this point in time,
Well,
earlier in his career, oh yeah.
well, there were a few times where apparently he wanted to go heel, and Mr. McMahon was like, nah, nah. But before we start getting to fixing this, let's start with the inception. Money in the Bank, ironically, was created by Chris Jericho, one of the goats of the business,
Yes.
back in the middle of the 2000s. I don't know exactly when. And the like Santos said, the idea is for whoever the winner. They put the briefcase, which is you can get face the champion at any time, any place of your own choosing. So you could technically fight if the champion's taking a bath. All you need is a referee and the briefcase, and it's on.
Hmm.
Right
Yep.
now, obviously, you're not doing that, right? Because I don't think they'll ever put a Money in the Bank match or cash in match on like any place that is not a WWE ring, right? But
Hmm.
I think the thing is what at its inception it turned out to be because ironically, Edge was the one who came up with the idea to cash in on a champion when he's down, right? So shout out to Chris Jericho and Edge for convincing Vince McMahon to really take a plunge on this. And at that point, it became like a heel thing. You want to create a really good heel, give him the Money in the Bank briefcase,
Oh
right?
yeah.
And I guess in a weird way, maybe if you have a long-standing heel champion, then you put a face with the Money in the Bank briefcase. But the problem is, at least the way I've always taken it, the Money in the Bank, even though it doesn't have an automatic 100% strike rate, it's still, if you really think about it, the best way for anyone to win a world title, right?
Hmm.
And WWE over the past few years has squandered it. When Otis won the title, when Otis won Money in the Bank, I'm like, what are we doing? Because so I said there was like, are you guys telling me you guys are about to push Otis? No, no, you're not, because you treat him like he's a bumbling idiot on national television. So when Damian Priest won it this year, I was like, okay, I'm gonna need you to book him strong. He's the Money in the Bank winner. He could be champion at any time. But also at the same time, you could create storylines around that where you have I use it in the other video we talked like Andrade's back, right? He's looking to make a name or an impact in WWE immediately. Okay, he can go get Roman. Roman's Roman's not gonna fight him. He's not even noteworthy enough, right? Seth's on the other show, maybe, and he's hurt.
Hmm.
So go after Damian Priest or yeah, go after Damian Priest, right? And get that briefcase off of him. Go recruit the LWO or go recruit some lackeys and just start making life hell for Damian Priest until you can get that briefcase, right? Obviously, am I a perfect WWE storyline writer, Santo? No.
Okay.
But you have four top champions. Technically, you have five if you count Damian Priest, because there should be people hunting Damian Priest for that briefcase. And if you don't even want to do that, Damian Priest should just be around Roman all the time, making him annoyed,
Hmm.
whatever, just following him. Like, hey, Roman, like, hey, man, you're doing great today. Don't slip, No, I'm always going to be like, he should be like, if he had like a funny heel on like
Hmm.
a John Cena, like the Miz. Let's just say the Miz has the
Okay.
briefcase. The Miz should just be around John Cena all the time, like annoying the hell out of him. John Cena's eating at catering, he's there.
He's there
John
right
Cena's
behind
getting
him.
ready for his match, he's there. Have that dude come down to ringside. He doesn't have to talk, but just have him there, Maybe he'll fake a cash in, if John Cena's out here looking really hurt. So John Cena not only has to defend his belt against, whoever his challenger is, but also he knows that I gotta look good or I gotta be aware because at any point that fool could jump in the ring and make it a triple threat match. And now you're like, what the hell's happening? Right?
Yeah.
So, Santo, what are your opinions? How should they make I've already kind of said my piece, but how should they make the WWE Money in the Bank briefcase relevant again?
So I have a couple issues with the Money in the Bank itself. Aside from, let's say, Edge, aside from Seth Rollins, aside from Bailey or Io Sky, my biggest issue with the Money in the Bank has always been the next day. You
Mm,
cash in, you get your moment, you get your Dolph Ziggler flex pop, you get Jack Swagger, We the People, we get we even get RVD winning the ECW championship off of Money in the Bank. Like we've seen great moments.
hmm
The following episode, we don't get that follow up. And I think that's where our biggest issue with the Money in the Bank has been. We right now have Damian Priest, who's tall, strong. He looks great in the ring, great in ring performer. But promo wise, I don't think he's the best. I don't think he's believable as the face of Raw or the face of SmackDown, especially when you have people like Randy Orton, AJ Styles, LA Knight.
hmm
You have
LA Knight would
Black.
have been perfect with the briefcase in his
Oh
hand.
my, amazing, amazing. Just Damian Priest doesn't have the mic skills to hold it. I mean, he's overshadowed by Rhea Ripley at this point, which is crazy. Like you're the Money in the Bank champion. You
hmm
have pretty much a green light for a championship, and we don't believe you. Like we don't think you can carry.
Cook.
So in my opinion, and I kind of like your Andrade point. I don't
Mm.
want him to recruit anybody. I want him to be like a Mexican hitman, like a Sicario. Like like like
Mm.
I'm out here. Like they completely wasted him in AEW.
This is a
Completely.
shame. An
It is
absolute shame.
like it is so gross. He was so underutilized. You bring him back, he looks strong in the Royal Rumble. I'm right there with you. Damian Priest can't be that guy. Unless, and this is what I was telling a couple of guys in Discord, have him take the belt off of Gunther. Like Gunther has established that championship
Mm.
be pristine, to
hmm
have its merit. Gunther is a big name. Have Priest cash in on that and make it strong. Use that as a building stone. But then you go into, but the Money in the Bank is only it should be only for the
For
world
for
heavyweight
the
champion.
world titles. Now, I had a problem when Charlotte cashed in for the NXT title, and I'm like, is she just trying to like finish the scavenger hunt and hold all the women's titles? Because that's what it felt
Mhm.
like to me. It didn't make any sense for her because in the end, she didn't she didn't make NXT look better in my opinion when she had it there. Maybe I was wrong, but it just didn't hit me the way I think they wanted it to, right?
Mhm.
So I will say this, look, if you're gonna cash it in on anything other than the world title, like it has to be situations like Gunther. Like this is the because the
Yeah.
like for instance, there are few champions, few mid card champions you would cash in on. John Cena when he had the United States Championship. That was that may be my favorite John Cena.
Mhm.
That was like he's just giving you a banger every week.
Yeah.
Every week. Obviously Gunther now. Maybe mm, that's crazy. I can't think any more mid card guys.
Like
Um, maybe like a Dean Ambrose when he's face
okay.
when he was part of the Shield, right? You want to catch him when he's lacking because if you're trying to fight him regularly, especially with the Shield people there, you're not gonna win. So you catch him lacking after like when they fight the Wyatts, and you just run
Mhm.
in there real quick with the ref and boom,
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, get the hell out of there,
run out, run out.
run out. Like it should be. I think the Money in the Bank briefcase should be heel heat personified. Like for instance, Cody Rhodes, and I threw this thing at you. Cody Rhodes finishes the story. It's a hell of a match against The Rock and Roman Reigns. Hell of a match. He dethrones Roman, and then Damian Priest walks in, cashes the briefcase. Cody Rhodes is he's just too tired.
Mhm.
The minute Damian Priest music hit, they're booing the hell out of the stadium. And that's how, first of all, they always have this thing where they want to end WrestleMania with a high, where they're like,
Mhm.
yeah, but the heel heat from it would be glorious. The problem is, Santo, like you said, Damian Priest is not that guy.
He's not. And so let's say we take your scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Cody finally dethrones both sides of the table, The Rock and Roman. Like
Mm-hmm.
completely destroys everything. The Roman Empire is crushed. Solo Sokoa don't know who to follow. Yeet everything. And here comes Damian Priest, cashes in on Cody. The extreme heat that comes from that is impressive. It rivals Dominic Mysterio
they're
because that
bo-
guy, they
they're
boo,
still booing. They're still booing.
oh god,
They're
he's
still booing.
you can't buy that heat
Mm-mm.
that Dominic has accumulated. But
It's
now
great
Damian,
heat.
it's great. Now Damian has the belt.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do next? Because you
You
can't
make
have the
Cody. You make what you could do. The
you
problem
have
is
Cody lose
you
again.
instantly do you so okay, hold on. Before we continue that, let's say this. If you're gonna have somebody win the Money in the Bank briefcase, you are doing what you tell us. You are actually doing what you tell us. You are picking a guy who you believe could be a world champion type of wrestler. You believe in him as a mic, obviously on the mic or in his in-ring ability. And if he doesn't, maybe like when Brock Lesnar won, you knew Paul Heyman was about to carry
Hmm.
that thing until Brock Lesnar was like done. And obviously you believe Brock Lesnar because we watched him suplex John Cena like what felt like 20 times at SummerSlam and dominate that dude, right?
Yeah.
So like the problem is I can't remember exactly who was in the match, right? Let me see. And that's the problem with where I think we talked about it offline where WWE just doesn't have new enough main eventers, right? If
Hmm.
AJ Styles in the match, I'd rather have AJ Styles do it
Yeah. I
because
okay, go ahead.
sorry, go ahead, Santo. Let me get my thoughts
No,
together.
no, I just think that the Money in the Bank is for mid card or to fringe superstars
Hmm.
to get that bump, that push. But I personally feel the way that you fix that is that eliminate the cash in aspect. I think it should be reworked to where, let's say you win Money in the Bank, you get an automatic number one contender shot, you get a chance for the belt. Let's say you do Money in the Bank, and at SummerSlam, you're the main event, regardless of who's holding the belt. And you use that entire time to build your promo.
I don't like that though. I
Why
think
not?
the cash in is the best part because every you're telling me obviously they've been bad ones like when Baron Corbin messed around so they hold him when I legitimately think that's bad to feed that guy to Cena, right? And
Hmm.
I get it, but I'd rather have Baron Corbin lose to somebody else and somebody else cash in to just to waste that moment, right?
So I just think the cash ins, like the people that are holding the Money in the Bank, they're not believable. Like they're really
Absolutely. That's why you have to fit a certain criteria. Like for instance, I'm looking at the match right now, Santo. Damian Priest beat Butch, LA Knight, Logan Paul, Ricochet, Santos Escobar, and Shinsuke Nakamura. From what how we looking at it now, Damian Priest
Shinsuke.
is like the on the bottom of those guys. Not saying he's the absolute bottom, but
He's
he's
mid.
he's one of the worst. Like Bush may be the only one. Well, Butch and Ricochet, but I like Ricochet's work. By the
Hey,
way,
Hohen,
Logan Paul winning the briefcase would have been oh
that would
oh
that would have been
oh
gross. And to look at this.
he'd be selling Prime and holding the briefcase at the same time.
Logan Paul loses Money in the Bank,
Mm.
but Logan Paul fights Roman. He has gotten a title shot. He's holding a title right now, but yet Damian Priest can't cash in effectively.
It's
Like
like
we
they
don't
forget that he
believe him.
has it. It's like they
We
forget
don't
that he
believe
has
him.
it. It doesn't make any sense, Santo. That's
Is
a
is
world title in your hand. That's a damn near guaranteed world title in your hand.
no, and the thing is that they don't build it because I the example I use when people say like he's failed to cash in multiple times. Dolph Ziggler had that. But the entire time you're building him to where people want him to succeed because he's been getting hoed his entire career. So when he cashes in on Alberto Del Rio, that pop is so genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Like he finally does it. Damian Priest just looks weak and almost stupid.
Well, after you win the Money in the Bank briefcase, you gotta book the person strong. Nobody's saying you should be able to go one on one with Roman Reigns, but like this our truth storyline that they're doing. How's that making Damian Priest a future world champion? How is that making him
No,
look like a future world champion?
they're wasting
Why
time.
is he in the Royal Rumble? Why is the Money in Bank winner in the Royal Rumble?
Like it's
Mm-mm.
I think if this whole time he should have like if Seth's hurt, that's when you pull that trigger. Like
Absolutely. Right there.
right
Heel
there
heat
when
right there.
like he comes out, he's limping, people thinking he's about to vacate. He's like, no, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be stronger than ever. Priest music hits, hit
Not
him
even
straight in the leg.
Have Dominic jump him.
Oh,
Have
I
Dominic
like that.
have Dominic jump him from behind, right? And then Finn Balor comes up with like a crutch to his knee, right? And then Priest music's hit, and he's walking out with Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley's just being her beautiful self,
Oh god,
right? And
that
he's
would work.
walking out. She takes the briefcase from Damien. She's like she motions the ref over. They beat the shit out of Seth, right? And then he cashes in, and you're like, no,
No
no.
way.
Especially after Seth is like, let's maybe even wait for the week where he's like, let's main event WrestleMania, Cody. Let's main event it. What he's trying to convince him, and
Hmm.
then you do it the week after. So he takes away
That'd
he
work.
he takes away Seth's WrestleMania shot as well, and he kayfabe injures him, so Seth can actually go get healthy in real life. At the same time, you just have the Judgment Day. Remember when they were dripped out in gold? We're
Hmm.
bringing it back.
Yeah.
We're bringing it back.
And that shot of Damian Priest and Rhea holding both belts, that'd go crazy. Then you can write a storyline with Drew because Drew for some time was in Judgment Day and he was like, "Oh, I was just using you guys to a means to an end, and I'm going to finish my story because I've been getting looked past and whatnot." And they all jumped the shit out of him.
And it's a match we haven't seen before. I can't remember a Damian Priest Drew McIntyre match.
Mm-mm.
So
And
yeah,
build him strong.
you build them strong, and obviously you hope that Damian Priest is a good enough performer in the ring to justify that, right? This is going to be
Mhm.
the biggest title he's ever held, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't, obviously you'd like for him to be pushing out bangers from jump, but even Seth Rollins wasn't pushing out bangers from jump.
Mhm.
So you take your time, you still book him strong, and unfortunately, Drew, you might have to lose this feud, or maybe you save Drew for another time and just have him go up against somebody. I don't know. Who's another
Drew,
contender for the for the World Heavyweight
r-
Championship?
run Drew and AJ Styles. Um, Run Drew and LA Knight. Run Drew and Andrade. Like you have people there. Like run Drew and Gunther. Sheamus is coming back. Run that back again.
By the way, that match that he and Gunther and
Oh,
Sheamus had,
it's one of the greatest matches.
they slapped the piss out of each other for 20 minutes. I was like, my
I
chest hurt. I got
that was in the
heartburn.
that was in consideration for match of the year.
Hmm.
Like that was and shout out to Sheamus. Like that dude, he's not the best on the mic, but
I
in the
think I think
ring,
he's better than people think.
I I don't think he's great. I think he's good. He's good. But in the ring, that guy, he
That
he
guy's a
knows what he
fucking
does and he
monster.
does it well.
Hmm. What was the crazy part is that people didn't hate Roman, and remember when Sheamus cast in, right?
Hmm.
I thought that was great. The problem is people hate Roman more than the cash in.
Yeah.
But I thought that was done. The promo he does afterwards, like when he starts selling the shirts about Roman 1-6 because he only held it for like 16 seconds or some shit.
Yes.
I think you should do some. You could have done something like that with him. The only problem was it just couldn't have. At that point, Roman was like, you would have thought Roman did something to somebody with how much people hated him. So it just like he did on the wrong person. So I don't know. I don't know.
Roman is literally the example of how you build someone that like when corporate tries to build something and we do not believe you. It's like when John Cena told Austin Theory, like, hey, we don't believe you. You just not it. You're not ready.
Austin Theory ain't never been the same since.
He's just not. Like he looks great, he performs great, but like you no seasoning at
No
all.
seasoning is crazy,
No,
Santo.
it is boiled chicken, no seasoning.
Boiled chicken. That's like that. What was it? What was the video Hellfire sent in the Telegram? It was like this lady. She was like, "I'm about to fry chicken," but she
Oh
was
yeah,
fried it with water.
yes. He's so bland. There is no charisma about him. Like when he held that belt, and I was like, dude, this is such a waste of time.
Every time they do the thing where this is a McMahon guy, right? Like kayfabe, where McMahon's like, they always mess it up for some reason. Where I'm like, Austin Theory, be smarmy as fuck, man. Hey,
Yeah, just
the head guy of the whole company picked me. Some of y'all jealous. I don't care.
yeah,
And like start doing stuff, start changing magics because McMahon will do that. Like, you know what, you my guy, bro. Because you, the best part about early Drew McIntyre was when he was like that.
hmm
But then you just got to find the pivot afterwards, right? By the way, Drew McIntyre, what a career he's had, right?
he is moving me right now.
Hmm.
Oh, I like how he like I've been done wrong so long. Like woe is me, but I'm still an asshole. But woe is me.
When he, so CM Punk is the thing. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna miss
Oh,
this WrestleMania, and then Drew comes out and
I
starts
pr-
talking
I
mad
prayed for this.
ish. Oh my! I was like, yo. He's like, looks like you never gonna get a WrestleMania main event. And I was like, you kind of cooking you right now, CM
That
Punk.
that
You got
that
like
man.
2-3 years left, max. So just like, damn. So that's why.
That
Oh my gosh.
that's the when he said, I am not a spiritual person. but I prayed for this and it came true. I'm like, that's how you cut a promo. That's how you do
He's
it.
good. He's gonna be a champion somewhere. He's
I,
gonna be a champion somewhere.
I
So the
mean,
prop.
I go
Go
ahead, go
ahead. Go
ahead.
ahead, Santa. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm just hoping that because I don't want. I mean, I love AEW. I really
Mhm.
do. I don't want Drew to leave WWE. I think he can do more in WWE than he would in AEW. I think AEW right now is very congested at the top,
Mhm.
and we won't believe him if he just goes into another company and wins the belt. It's like, well, yeah, you can do it here because it's second place, but you can't do it in WWE. I think it'll have a like a
Mhm.
counter effect. I
That's
hope,
true.
I hope that I I need him to beat Seth in Mania. That's me.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, you should, and you let Seth rest after that. You just let
Yeah,
him rest. I'm like, yo, bro, go home for a month and get your knee fixed. We'll be fine.
hmm
And then when he comes back, he can hit the ground running.
Oh yeah.
So,
And then right after, I don't mean to cut you off, but right
mhm.
after, have CM Punk just come straight into the ring. Well, he has the belt up. He's like, I prayed for this, and now I'm gonna take it away from you,
Santa,
bro.
you cooking right now,
Bro.
cooking. So, so the problem is we have identified a few problems with what Money in the Bank right now. Right now, there've been a series of bad winners, right?
hmm
And if you're going to make them win, that means you're telling us you are prepared to put in the work to make this person credible enough to take the title, right?
hmm
Because we saw when they weren't credible enough, Jack Swagger when he won it, like, and then they
hmm
tried afterwards, right?
Yeah,
And I'm not saying it's going to be perfect every time, but obviously with the new management company in WWE, that hopefully gives more people a chance to win. You know,
yeah.
like for instance, um, Sami Zayn.
hmm Okay.
Does Sami Zayn, with what we've seen him do with the Bloodline,
hmm
him would let's just say he wins the belt, and now he has problems with Drew McIntyre too, right? He
Yeah,
just start every time they see each other, it's like we're scrapping.
it's a fade.
It's a fade every goddamn time. And don't let Sami Zayn win one of them fades. Because guess what?
Mm,
The rest right behind him.
yeah,
So
it's
now all of a sudden, every time you see Sammy, you're like, Drew, you're like, fuck, all right, let's go. But I
hmm
gotta be a little better with my stuff because I don't want to get caught lacking, you know?
hmm
So at least for me, you identify a good enough winner. He has to be great enough, in my opinion, to be great enough on the mic. And if he's not good enough on the mic, get this person a manager. Don't even try anything else. Get this person a manager. Obviously, he'll Heyman, or was it Heyman can't help everyone, but there are other managers, right, in the WWE. You think?
I I do, but like this is me.
Mm,
I think Grayson Waller.
mm,
I think he's very good in ring. I think he's great on the mic, but I don't think he can do both.
that's crazy.
I don't think he can do both at the same time because right now, like Grayson Waller in NXT
Hmm.
was over. He was great. He was doing his thing, whatnot. Now he's with Austin Theory, and it is just, it's boring. It is, he's just not it. Have him be a manager, and
Why not?
a manager that can fight.
Why not? Or if you want to be a complete asshole, give it to Bobby Lashley.
Yeah,
Give
Bobby
it to
Lashley's
Bobby
a
Lashley, and
and
just
Bobby Lashley is a great on
let
the mic.
MVP just start cooking as a manager. Just let him start cooking. And the whole time, Roman he sees Bobby in like catering and wants to go try him. Are you sure? You
hmm
sure, Roman? This is one of the few people who could beat the shit out of you.
Oh
like
yeah.
legitimately, and at the company for real. You sure you
Hmm.
want this smoke?
Oh
So,
yeah. And then you have street profits like right behind them in their suits, and you're like, do we
mm-hmm,
have a problem?
mm-hmm.
Like, we can fight.
Oh my god. See all these things we're just coming up with here. That's why I think with Money in the Bank, you have to make it relevant again and you have to find different ways, obviously. But WWE needs to recognize what Money in the Bank can actually be. Is it a chance to win a world title? Yes. And ironically, I don't think it's ever gonna get what do you call it, done right until I guess I can say until Roman's done. You can never challenge for obviously the top title until Roman's done. After that, you have to make the person who wins it credible, right? You have to make
Mhm.
them credible. And then the last one is after the cash in, you have to commit. Nobody's saying you got to do 6 months with him as champion.
No, a solid 3 is fine.
A solid 3. Like you cannot have your Money in the Bank winner be a transitional champion. You just can't.
And that's where I feel they've dropped the ball because they're
Otis
not,
was inexcusable.
it's
Give
crazy.
it to Rey Mysterio. If you're gonna give it to somebody, give it to Rey Mysterio. Ultimate underdog story every goddamn time he steps into a ring. Give Rey Mysterio. Give it to Daniel. Give it to Daniel Bryan. Give it to Daniel Bryan. I know he's won a few times, but give it to him again.
To me, if
No.
if if it's me
Mm-hmm.
next year, I have Kevin Owen beat um so Kevin Owen beats Logan Paul. Kevin Owens is the new US champion.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, Logan Paul wins it.
Oh God, he's such a good
Logan
heel.
And
He,
then Logan Paul has all the heat, and every time he's in the building, he is streaming. I see you. I can take this right now,
mm-hmm.
but you know what? I won't. Bye, guys. Ends the stream. He like every time he's like in the building, he's just like little promos. He's doing of himself live.
Mm-hmm.
Puts it on the WWE channel. Put it on Impulsive on his own channel or whatnot. Or even like when he's cutting a promo in the ring, he just cuts to a live stream. Like KSI has his phone and he's like, "We see you. We know where you're at. We can do this anytime."
By the way, how about KSI taking that bump at WrestleMania?
Insane.
Insane,
Insane.
but basically all I'm gonna say WWE because Jesus, we've been going about this for 40 minutes, but the pathway's there and it's not as hard as you think.
It really
WWE,
isn't.
it really is not. Now the problem is you have basically 2 months till WrestleMania. Is that enough to make Damian Priest a credible challenger?
No,
Absolutely not.
no.
Right. But at the same time, would it be cool if he because you can hold it for like a year, right?
I think you can only hold it for a year. Yes.
Yeah, so you have to hold it until you will lose it like back on Money in the Bank. You have a whole year until the next Money in the Bank. So
Mhm.
I just think you can't you just can't you waste that golden opportunity right there. It's a golden opportunity that it's like they forget exists in their company. But when it's put on the right person, it's great. It's absolutely great when you put on the right person.
Oh
Even
yeah.
John Cena when he won it,
Hmm.
because you were like, oh my god, crap, is he gonna? And of course he did it at John Cena way, which infuriated me. Like, nah, John, sneak that hoe, sneak him.
No, he wants to be respectable.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so let's see. Let's deal with what we have right now. So we have Damian Priest, Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania is coming up. Cody votes versus Roman,
Mm-hmm.
or Seth versus Drew,
Mm-hmm.
potentially. Who do you have Priest cashing in on?
It's probably Drew, if I'm being honest. The WWE does not have the balls to cash in on Cody Rhodes. They don't have to. They don't have the
They
balls to do
they
it.
they so we so they can't. at
Mm-hmm.
all. We know that he's the new face of Raw. Wait, no, he would be the
And,
new face of SmackDown.
mhm. Ending
And
WWE WrestleMania with Damian Priest cashing in on Cody Rhodes to finish the story
oh,
would
you
be unreal. Heel heat. We wouldn't be able, bro. People would be booing outside the building. And sometimes I'm telling you that is worth it because just think about this. Riddell, if he's watching and he sees Damian Priest cash out on Seth Rollins,
oh, he's
he's
breaking his
gonna
phone.
be hot.
He is breaking his phone instantly.
Like what are we doing? So it was just like, God damn, you know what I
But
mean?
yeah, we can't do that. If we think the face off video of Rock and Roman got that many dislikes, this one's gonna break the internet. So let's say, okay, so now we have Drew. Well,
Hmm.
it's leading up to Drew versus Seth. Drew doesn't have an extension signed yet.
Hmm.
We're hoping, or from what it seems, you're hoping that giving him a title might, push him to stay.
Whoops. Hmm.
Do you have Damien cash in on him? These are all the things that you got to measure out, and that's the only feasible option. But do you really? It's because I don't want to hate on Damian Priest. Damian Priest is great,
Hmm.
but I don't believe him. I just don't. I just don't. I think he's maybe the third most entertaining person in his own stable.
Mm.
I think it's Dominic. I think it's Rhea and our truth.
I just it's a shame. That's all I'm saying. Like it's an absolute shame that it's fallen this far.
It really is. It really.
So you should only use it on mid carders in special exceptions. Like if you have somebody like Gunther, go ahead. But you know why? Because Gunther got future world champion written all over him.
Oh yeah.
They just don't want to take the plunge because oh, how did I feel the cult? Because apparently, oh,
He should. Gunther should do like what Samoa Joe did in AEW.
mm,
Samoa Joe dropped the ROH. I think it was the ROH, the TV belt. He had a belt from Ring of Honor,
hmm,
and he dropped it. He's like, I got my eyes on a higher prize, so he vacated. I
mm.
think Gunther should just, the ring general should just come out and say, hey, I've made this the most pristine belt. I'm gonna go do that with the other one. And he just drops the belt there, whatnot, and he goes fight Seth. And then you just, I don't know, you have a tournament for that belt Gunther just dropped, and but we run into the same issue. Like, how do you book Damian Priest? Like, how does he cash in? Who does he
He's
cash in on?
they've really failed this. So I don't think they're gonna cash in on anyone at all until next year, I guess, or the next WWE calendar year. So I think that doesn't matter. But at the same time,
If they do that, Damian Priest never recovers. Never.
mm. All right, do you want to wrap it up?
Sure.
What do you think? So Damian Priest, what should they do with him?
I think Damian Priest should cash in on Gunther. I think he takes down the ring general. Then you have
So that means you're
Jeff.
saying Gunther is free to go after Cody, or are you
He's
trying to finish this feud off with Gunther first? Because the problem is, if Gunther gets his get back, Gunther's better than Damian. So unless you're telling me the Imperium fails Gunther somehow,
I I think the way I at least the way I would book it would
mhm.
be no have him cash in when Jay wins the belt.
Oh my god, now that would be some shit.
Have him cash
Woo!
in. But then again, you have to be okay with him cashing in on a mid card belt. But Jay
Mm,
yeets Gunther.
mm,
He loses the belt immediately. Now
mm.
you have New Day and Jay against Imperium, and
It would
Jay
be
trying to
interesting.
get back
Hmm.
to that. So that way you can still book Damian Priest strong, keep him relevant with a belt in Judgment Day. Judgment Day has gold. You free up Gunther to go against either Drew or Seth. Imperium is still involved with New Day, so you keep all of that entertaining in the mid card realm. That's what I would do. I don't want Damian Priest anywhere near the two main belts at this point.
I'm not mad at your suggestion, right? I'm not mad at your suggestion.
What
In
do you
terms
think?
of how I would book it, I think I've given like four different ways I would do it, and I would like them better. The problem is they go against the cultural culture of the place we're headed to.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Like,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
it's just bad. They've booked him so bad.
Hmm.
That's all it is. We don't believe him. He's just not that guy. He's just not.
Well, there we go. I don't know. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
It's they fumbled. They fumbled. The
I don't
gimmick
know.
was the gimmick was great. Edge made that so relevant. Heavy
Got think
D.
think about the lineup after. So it was Edge. Edge did it twice, right?
Hmm.
Ironically, Edge was a transitional champion the first time, so he
Hmm.
wins it again, and then he did it right this time, the second time.
Yes,
Then it was CM Punk won. By
CM
the way,
Punk
why
did
the
it.
hell CM Punk won it like twice so quickly? But sure, go ahead. So CM Punk won it.
Yeah,
Then then I almost said King Booker, but he hated ladder matches. So but I think he would have been great with it too. With the King Booker persona, I think he would have been great. They had like a lineup of really good picks, and then they fumbled.
yeah. Then the Jack Swaggers came in.
They were really high on him. They thought he could have been something. And in my opinion, I think he could have. He was just not ready.
I I don't think you. I think he had a good gimmick, like a funny gimmick at the time with
Hmm.
the We the People. But it's the let's be honest. The guy has a lisp. Like he was never like he doesn't he can't carry.
They,
Like
they gave him
and
they
that's the
give him a
thing with me.
manager. They give him a manager.
They did. They gave what's that guy? I
Didn't he
always
have
called him.
Heyman and Zeb
Yeah, hey,
Coulter?
it's Colder. I call him Yosemite Sam. Like with that mustache. Like he like Coulter wasn't great. Like it was man. He played
He was
into the We
cooked.
the
He
People
was
thing.
past his prime. He was cooked.
Yeah.
All right, Santa.
Shout
That's
out
all I
shout,
got.
shout out to Heyman for by the way, last thing. Shout out to Heyman, the
Yeah, shout out to
greatest
Heyman.
manager of all time. He touches
One of
you,
the
you
most
forget you're
important
the
people
champ.
in wrestling history.
Oh yeah, 100. I think there should be like a 30 for 30 on
On Heyman.
wrestling on Heyman, just on Heyman.
I'm not mad at that.
Like ECW Heyman,
Hmm.
then comes in against WWE, and then comes in and becomes the greatest manager of WWE. Oh, 30 for
I
30
want to
would be
know
crazy.
when he started talking to Roman to do his thing. When
Because
because
it came out of nowhere.
yeah, because all of a sudden when Roman comes back and Heyman's with him, I was like, wait a minute, what is this?
Like he comes out, his music changes, and you're like, oh, this feels different. And then Heyman grabs the mic. I was like, oh, so this is what we're doing.
Hmm.
Like
Good for
when
her. Good for them, man.
so
Good for
good,
them.
so good.
Either way, WWE, you can fix
Fix it.
Money in the Bank. It's not hard. But first things first, remember that you actually have it. Okay. Also, I agree with Hellfire. I thought about it. You don't. It doesn't need its own pay per view.
No,
It
it
doesn't.
could be, it could be a, yeah,
Put it. Put it as part of Mania. Put one each night.
that wouldn't be a bad way to end night one. Like you just have two Money in the Banks back to back.
Back to back.
And
That's a
then the
lot. Do you
second,
think the crowd will be able to handle two ladder matches in a row like that?
if it's good,
Yeah. Get and also get rid of Andre the Giant Battle Royal. We don't care about that
we,
trophy.
and
If
I
you're
mean
not
we
if you're
need,
not gonna do anything with it, I'm stopping. I'm not caring about it anymore.
I mean we just need, they just need something for YouTube. That's all it is. Like
Do a
we
singles
gotta
match like R Truth and like Dominic. I don't fucking know. But whatever. Whatever. There always has to be a battle royal. But
fix your shit, WWE. Fix
please,
your
Rock, don't
shit.
fail me, bro. We understand how big this is. You can even give that to like a legend. Heel John Cena. Think about this. This year or this Money in the Bank. John all of a sudden they announce as a secret entrant. Then John Cena pulls up and
Nah,
you can say that he low key cheats to win, right?
nah,
And then he immediately dips with the briefcase to go to Hollywood.
nah.
Why?
I
Tell me why.
I don't believe it. Like John Cena's like, no, I'm not gonna cheat. Start it over. Blah 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 blah. No, I need, if you're gonna do that, I need CM Punk runs in. I'm hurt. I'm going to weasel my way into a match. I'm gonna get the belt. I'm gonna do the Chicago kiss. I'm going out of the crowd and I'm running out of there. Drew wins. He's like, I told you I prayed for this. I told you.
Just clocks him in the
After the
back with a briefcase. Ref's
mhm,
already there. One, two,
one, two,
three.
three,
Runs
best,
the hell out of there.
lifts his hands. I'm the best in the world.
And gets the
Heel
hell
Punk.
out. And and just have Drew and CM Punk beef for the majority of the year.
Oh, the whole year. Every time they can't even be in the same room together, the
Mm,
same building. Like we have to
mm,
book them on different nights because every time we find each
like
other, it's just a fight.
in light of recent chaos, we have to move CM Punk to SmackDown.
Oh, remember how they it was Kevin Owens and Roman? Like
Mm-hmm.
they couldn't be in the same vicinity. Like it was always a fade. Do the same thing. It's like how Punk said in the presser, like I would punch him in the face. Like he was like, no, somebody slaps you, no, we're fighting. Like
To be
that
fair,
same energy every time we just see each other.
that slap by The Rock felt devious when he hits Cody Rhodes.
Oh,
But
this, yeah.
that's all I got. Santo, anything else to
Okay.
say?
Just WWE, do just do better. Just do better. You
Please.
have the talent.
Mm.
You have people that can push them. Just be better. I'm disappointed in you. Be
Oh,
better.
Jesus Christ. He's not mad. He's disappointed.
I'm disappointed.
Go follow my guy Santo at Santo Pride on YouTube. Santo Pride on TikTok now. He's just dropped his first couple of TikToks. Welcome to the Hustle Gang, by the way,
I appreciate it.
Santo. Welcome to the Hustle Gang. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else?
Shout out to the BSS.
Yeah, shout out to the BSS. We got some big things coming, and Santo been in his bag. That's all I'm gonna say. He's been in his bag. So I'm mad excited. Pull up tomorrow. We're doing our My Anime list.
Hmm.
So we're crafting. I think we're doing 15 shows, and um, I think besides J Rob, I might. No, I'm not, because the minute I say Mushoku Tensei, they're gonna. At least Rodell said he's gonna watch it at some point. I'm like, don't lie to me, bro. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right, bro. But I was like, he's like, man, it's a really good first episode. Blah blah blah. I was like, oh, you're not ready for the second episode. But but yeah, pull up to BSS. We're doing great things. My anime year in review video should be out here pretty soon. Since I'm off tomorrow, I'm trying to get it done as quickly as possible. and then we're gonna start dropping more anime content, more other and a lot more other things because I always got a lot of things going on in there. It's just writing the script's always tough.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Santo, for hopping on. We're talking a little bit of make money in the bank. We're gonna do a little some more of these live streams in the future. Hopefully, not as late as today, but we're talking what The Rock's gonna do as a new, basically the guy as the new guy who runs WWE. What's gonna happen with will Cody Rhodes finish his story? That's we got to call Riddell for that because what if Roman wins?
Bro, if Roman wins,
I'm gonna pray for Riddell. I'm gonna pray for Riddell.
Riddell might quit YouTube.
I'm gonna pray for him. I'm gonna pray for him.
I kind of want it to happen now.
I'm gonna pray for him and be like, oh my god, because that means because at this point, in my opinion, I think Roman's streak is too big to lose in any other pay per view besides WrestleMania. So that means you got to wait a whole nother year, and that's when they're giving us like The Rock versus Roman Reigns next year's WrestleMania. And I'm like, all right, bro.
God. If they do that just to spite, I'm gonna go up to Riddell and say, hey, I'm not a spiritual man, but I prayed for this. Like, oh God.
That would be devious work.
That'd be
But thank you, Santo. Thank you so much for hopping on. And we'll do more of these in the future. That's it. Anything to say on the way out?
Nah. WWE, be better.
Be better. Santo has spoken. Woo! Now I'm going to bed.
Same.
All right. Later, guys.
Peace.